Hi, welcome to 5 Minutes with Torah with Rabbi Adam Stein. I'm coming to you from the park near our shul, Braemar Park. Beautiful tree behind me. And you can't see them now, but so many of you, I'm sure, have been seeing the amazing white and pink blossoms all around the city. You get one more chance to see the big beard. I'm going to be cutting it off for a fundraiser this coming weekend, and a lot of the hair too. Actually, it's Rosh Chodesh this weekend. That's why cutting hair and beards is allowed by those who observe some of the mourning practices of the period of the Omer. And you know, in the period of the Omer, the 50 days that we count, the 49 days between second day of Pesach, the second night of Pesach, we start counting the Omer, and we finish up right before Shavuot. So Shavuot is the 50th day. During those 7 weeks, we actually have not just mourning practices because of some calamities that happened in the past during the Omer, but also a lot of introspection. Each day, Kabbalistically, mystically, is related to certain aspects of human characteristics, related to the Kabbalistic sfirot, the different emanations of God's presence. But it's a time for real introspection about who we are. But of course, the weeks leading up to Pesach just finished days ago, and the weeks leading up to Pesach were also a cause for introspection. Hasidic thought tells us that we should be looking inside ourselves as we're getting ready for Pesach. As we're cleaning our kitchens and our homes, we're trying to get rid of the chametz, but we're also supposed to look at inside ourselves and get rid of the chametz that's built up inside of our souls and our brains and our minds and our hearts as well. Just the stuff, the yuckiness, the that builds up over the year. And in this week's Torah portion, there's really an amazing connection, not just between this week's Torah portion and Pesach, but between Pesach and another holiday that's so far away we're not even thinking about it, Yom Kippur. Parashat Acharei Mot that we read Thursday mornings. We just read it this morning. We read it on Monday morning. We'll read it Saturday morning. Acharei Mot means after the death of Aaron's sons. Acharei Mot, after the death. But what really gets described for that first whole chapter, chapter 16 of the book of Leviticus, is the Yom Kippur ritual in the Bible. Yom Kippur ritual in the tabernacle, later on in the temple, but the tabernacle, the shrine, the sanctuary in the wilderness. What the high priest is supposed to do, it's the one day a year, Yom Kippur, when the high priest can go into the Holy of Holies, the most holy and sanctified shrine. And he cleans it, and he does the incense and various things, and calls out God's holy name, Yud He Vav He, pronounces it. We don't even know how to pronounce it now, but it gets called out. Very special, all sorts of rituals to purify the sanctuary, but also to get rid of the sins from the people, the community, from the priest and the priest family, but also all the people that have built up throughout the year. We now know it as Yom Kippur with all the prayers that we do throughout the day, but in biblical times, it was putting the sins of the people upon a goat, sending it out into the wilderness to Azazel, it is said, and then another goat for the community and the priest, and then there's a bull for the priest. All these rituals around animal sacrifice that we don't even connect to so easily now, but that was the central way of worship in historical times, in temple times, and before the temple, in biblical times in Judaism. And there's just such a powerful connection there between purging the sanctuary. The central thing was not just the sins, but purging the sanctuary of all the pollution that built up over the year, and purging our kitchens and ourselves. Baruch Schwartz writes about this in his commentary on Leviticus. We're purging the sanctuary of the stuff that built up, and now before Pesach, just a few weeks ago, we were purging ourselves as well of that chametz that built up inside of us. I want to tell you one more time about an amazing talk we have just coming up tonight, Thursday night at 7:30 by our scholar-in-residence, our first in-person scholar-in-residence since before the pandemic, Rabbi Eliezer Diamond. He arrived last night, and he's really a great speaker, speaking about addiction in Judaism. That's tonight at our synagogue, 7:30. Other events throughout the weekend. Come on Saturday morning to hear him speak, and for Kiddush, looking forward to seeing you at all of these events. Shabbat Shalom.